So, your house isn't exactly HGTV material. Maybe your kitchen's outdated, the floors have seen better days, and the walls have character. But guess what? You can still sell it without losing a ton of money. Let's talk strategy. Hey, I'm Adam Stinespring. I'm a realtor in Lynchburg, Virginia, and today we got to tackle the question that I get all the time. Can I sell my home as is without taking a massive financial hit? The short answer is absolutely, but the long answer, well, stick around, I'll show you how. The first consideration is what is selling as is? Because a lot of people think that selling as is means that buyers don't get a home inspection and they just got to take a chance and hope it's okay. But that's not true. Buyers can and actually usually will still do an inspection. The difference is what happens after the inspection. With a normal inspection, traditionally, buyers will negotiate the repairs that were found in the inspection. But with an as-is sale, it's often oriented so that buyers have two choices. They either take the house like it is or they get out. That means that yes, you don't have to worry about fixing anything post-inspection, but it also means that pricing and transparency are extremely important. When we talk about transparency, that actually takes us to our next part 2, which is considering a pre-listing inspection. If you want to sell as is and keep the power in your court, pre-listing inspection is going to be the right move, because this means you hire an inspector before you list your home so you know exactly what's going on with all the problems in the house. So why is this so awesome? It gives you the leverage in negotiations. Buyers can't use surprises against you if you already knew they were there, and even better, shared them with the buyer beforehand. For example, if your HVAC is on its last legs, you can now factor that into the pricing versus getting blindsided by a crazy repair request from the buyer. The third consideration is how we price an as-is home, because the biggest mistake that sellers make is they want to price an as-is home like it's move-in ready with no problems. That's just a recipe for zero offers and a whole lot of price drops, and you do not want either of those scenarios. Here's a crazy statistic for you. Homes that have to do a price drop on average sell for 90% of whatever their last price drop was. For example, if your last price drop was from $210,000 to $200,000, well, now you're probably going to actually end up selling between $180,000 to $190,000. It's a pretty big difference. 180 to 190 is probably where we should have listed it in the first place. The fourth consideration is we have to know our audience. Not every buyer is looking for a perfect home, which is great for this. People like investors, first-time home buyers looking for a deal, and people using renovation loans are all pretty awesome targets for an as-is home. Renovation loans like a FHA 203K allow buyers to finance both the home and the repairs so that your home being a fixer is not necessarily a deal breaker anymore. If your home actually qualifies for these aforementioned renovation loans, then we definitely got to put it in the listing and advertise it to attract those buyers. And lastly, we want to talk about some things that you can do practically that aren't going to break the bank or be major repairs beforehand that will make a difference. So number 5, we're going to call these the magic 3. If you're selling as is, you don't want to scare buyers away. A little effort is going to go a long way. I'm not talking about the major renovation stuff, just little things like decluttering, deep cleaning, and making sure that your yard is not a jungle for them to sift through as they get to your house. We want to sell the potential of this home, so we got to make sure the buyers can see it in its full beauty. In conclusion, selling as is doesn't mean that you lose money. It just means you need the right strategy. Whether it's a pre-listing inspection, pricing it right, or marketing to the right buyers, a good agent is going to help you get the most out of your sale. If you're thinking about selling, then let's chat. Let's put together a plan so that we can make you the most amount of money. I'll see you at the closing table.